Hey, what's up, people? I know I'm kind of dressed up right now. It's just because I came from church. Actually, ran in the house and started recording. I haven't got a chance to look at the messages, but this is a message that I received early this morning, or that I just looked at early this morning. Maybe I shouldn't tell them the name, but because I don't know, they sent it to me privately. It says, "I just spent all morning watching the new videos of you and other Orthodox. I apologize for the odd form of this message. I tried to limit things and typed in free form. Forgive me in advance." No problem. I don't even speak correctly half the time. It says, "Thank you so much, Yusuf. I am more and more impressed with the videos you put on. I agree with you, and again, agree totally on your thoughts on videos about the world hating Jews. Uh, form a child abuse, a form of child abuse, if you ask me, where they tell their poor kids that everyone is going to kill them. I saw that video a year ago and had the same reaction. I hope that you are doing better today. May Christ be with you and your ill family members. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. The last videos I watched that you made, as a woman, made me have made me have to wonder what the Orthodox view is on head veils during church services. Uh, okay, since that there's a question mark there, I'll stop and answer that one. All right. Uh, it goes church by church. The head coverings were directed at Corinth, and it hasn't been continuous of wearing head coverings. Many women in the Arab church don't wear head coverings. This is iconomia because, well, I don't even know if it even goes to iconomia because they were forced so much by the Muslims. So when they come in America, it's not even, they don't want to push the women saying, oh, because it's a connection to the past. Uh, Covering your hair is an expression. I think it's a very beautiful one. Uh, Wearing beard is probably under the same category. But we can look at icons and see some of the apostles don't even have beards. Um, that's between you and your spiritual father. Uh, if it's something where you really don't want to do it, I would encourage you just do it because to conquer these stumbling blocks. If it's not, and you say, well, it's fine for them, this and that, and you talk to your spiritual father, and he doesn't say anything about it, that's fine too. I mean, for particular points, I couldn't tell you either way. And I would never tell a woman you can't enter an Orthodox church because your hair isn't covered because the church is experiencing a time right now where women don't cover their some married women uh, women priests married to priests don't cover their hair. Uh, Tradition is stronger among the Russians than probably anybody else. Uh, a lot of people try to extend that into their daily life, and I don't mind that. I think it's beautiful. But it's when you start telling other people you've got to do this because I do this. I dress up for church, and I actually get a lot of crap for it from people being like, "Oh, I'm like, I don't dress up for church either, but and I should be in this." I don't mind that anybody doesn't dress up for church. Um, my particular thing is okay. I'm going into the temple of God. God presides there. Uh, it's a natural reaction to want to look your best and go before God. I don't dress up for any other people. And if it was a huge stumbling block, if people were falling away from the faith for me dressing up, I wouldn't dress up. And I've not always dressed up while going to an Orthodox church. In fact, in my old parish, I never did. Kind of started as a sign of respect for me going to a new parish, being like, okay, I'm going into their house. And I didn't know how ethnic it was because usually the more ethnic a church is, the more they dress up. Sadly, it shouldn't depend upon that. Okay, I found on I found you online because I love the way Archbishop Lazar spoke during his service of the title Theotokos. The ladies had a small veil on their hair. Is this common in churches that you have been to? Ones I've been to, not particularly. I've known women. It's never been an entire congregation type thing. Again, it's person by person. Um, I have also read about a quarter of the Talmud in English, And the chosen person race seems to be a very big thing in the Jewish teachings. Even Reformed Jewish practices, though some Jewish people hate that verse. I have collections of books but the whole version is $1,000. Even my own novel was 900 used. But most most Reform do not officially read the Talmud. With skeptic rabbi commented which on which I have found in my own life to be correct as well. The Karaites, which I actually liked the idea of myself years ago, seem to not read the Talmud nor Midrash as being a higher order of belief. I am a bit confused on fasting and wondered if you followed it and how active people could fast for 40 days at a time. I have seen different writings on fasting and wondering if you could comment. I am sorry that you are having problems, so please know that you are just doing wonderful work and are educated in a way I just cannot find in any church circles today. Please keep speaking online here, and if you have the time, that you very much reaching at least myself with the Orthodox worldview, peace and blessings in Christ. Okay. The Karaites, yeah, I really like the Karaites too. They actually reject the Talmud and Midrash. They rely on tradition for some little things, but absolutely a lot of the politics and stuff don't get in the way. The skeptic rabbi or skeptic or Rebbe, that guy's awesome. I love him. When I talk about the Jews and stuff like this, again, I need to preface that with this is not everybody, and even if somebody holds all these beliefs, that doesn't get in the way from me seeing the image of God in that person, or that person being able to do good things. Again, the image of God is in everybody. Even Hitler, Stalin, Mao, and Pol Pot had the image of God in them, whether they liked it or not. We are all created in the image of God. There is not one chosen race. Um, through Abraham, through Abraham's seed, all the world will be blessed. This is what we believe. As for fasting, everybody follows the fast rules, plain and simple. Now, what does that mean? Well, you talk to your spiritual father, and if you're a new convert to the church, he'll just say, you know what, don't eat meat Wednesdays and Fridays. I've known many priests to do this, and that's your rule of fast, and by keeping that, it's as if you're keeping just as strict as a monk. And you can gain spiritual blessings from that. Women, children, women who are pregnant, children, elderly people who cannot fast, uh, they're still in a fast period with the rest of the church. If you're in a complicated pregnancy, if you're taking a certain medication, you're still going through that fast period with the entirety of the church. So pray and things like that. Fasting, not eating food, is not the spiritual gift. I don't know how many times I have to tell it to people. I'm not saying that's what you said, but it's the gifts that we get from it. It's the refining that we get. So, yeah, you go through that fast period. Again, I screw up a lot. I don't, or just temptation, or just screw it, this and that. But I do my best to observe the fast, which isn't good enough by any means. But uh, the whole church goes through those fast periods. We're all in a period of fasting, and if you are not observing a fast, maybe in a way you should, or maybe your fast is less strict than somebody else's, when you go out and have a meal with other Orthodox Christians, observe the strictest form of fast while with them, because you don't want to tempt them. Order a cheeseburger and a big cheeseburger and a milkshake. Sit down with among monks or people who are fasting. So that's the only time when I would say take a strict stance on it, just so you're not making other people stumble. But then again, that's between you and your spiritual father. If anybody besides your spiritual father tries to come to you and talk to you about fasting, they're already in error. Uh, fasting is a discipline that we do. It's not We're not buying Christ's love with it in any way, shape, or form. We're not Mormons. Uh, I don't know if I answered all your questions in a way you wanted me to, but if you have any more questions, please message them to me. Thank you very much for your kind words. I know that there are many times when I think, maybe I shouldn't have this channel. I say wrong things in here. I often put up a video and then hours later I mark it private so nobody else can see it because I feel ashamed of it. Again, I there is no spokesman for the Orthodox Church on everything. Christ is our spokesman. We have the patriarchs, which are in the image of Christ, which are actual spokesmen. I just express orthodoxy, and if people have comments, if I can answer them, I'll try to answer them. If I can't, I'll direct them somewhere else. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your kind words, and if I can reach people with orthodoxy on here, then I think I should just stop thinking about it and just keep making videos. And if I make mistakes, I make mistakes. I always come on here and make sure to take down any offensive or ridiculous videos. Case in point, one about King David. Today I said, "What do you think, Christ was a homosexual or something?" Well, that could push certain people away from the church, and I don't want that to happen. And Christ probably did suffer a temptation of. He could have suffered a temptation of homosexuality. We don't know. Doesn't matter. Uh, and since I just found it a poor choice of words, and it almost made me sound anti-gay or something like, which of course I'm not. Uh, Thank you so much. Peace to you, and I'll try to answer other people's questions in the next video. It's probably gonna take like an hour for this one to load though.